Now, tonight, we're proud to bring you a WVUA special report on Tuscaloosa's first honor flight.
WVUA anchor Terry Brewer is here in our studio with the details.
That is right. I was honored to ride along with more than 100 of West Alabama's World War II veterans on the Honor Flight. Honor Flight is a program to take veterans to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. at no cost to the veterans. It was one day from Tuscaloosa to Washington, D.C. Here's a look at their emotional day.
It's real emotional. There's so many people that come up to you and thank you for what you did.
It just touches your heart. It's just so special to be here with them.
I was fortunate. I came home, and a lot of people didn't.
It's good. I think it's almost late. Because they didn't really get recognized.
But today, 101 West Alabama veterans will be recognized. 5 a.m. at the Bama Air Terminal, veterans are arriving for Tuscaloosa's first honor flight, a day trip to the war memorials in Washington, D.C. Some of the veterans are old friends, some meeting for the very first time, but they all have one thing in common. The veterans dressed in yellow range in age from their 80s to 90s. Dressed in blue are the Guardians, volunteers working to make the honor flight a reality, and some are the children and grandchildren of the veterans on board. From Tuscaloosa to Washington, D.C., it's a reception fit for heroes. The World War II Memorial is the focal point of the day, and since it was completed in 2004, many of the men and women who served never lived to see their memorial. There may be 101 veterans on board the honor flight, but there are thousands of stories. The former mayor of Tuscaloosa, Al DuPont, was on Omaha Beach on D-Day. Many of the men enlisted as teenagers. No matter what the personal story, the memorial brings a flood of emotions.
Makes me feel real good, but at times it kind of brings me back a lot of memories and sad parts about the war.
It means a lot to us because pretty soon we're not going to be here.
To just be thrown into that at 18, straight out of high school, I don't know how I responded, and they stepped up like they should have and did everything, and it's probably the reason why I'm here today.
For the veterans, this day will become a new part of their family's history. And for the sons and daughters of the veterans, they say it's an honor to see the respect paid to their fathers.
Well, everybody comes up to them shaking their hand, you know, and thanking them. And Daddy will say, why did they speak to me? I said, because they appreciate you.
I could tell people were sincere. People were, as I am, tearful about it, you know, and thanked him for serving and service. And we owe him a lot, we do. But just to be patriotic and do it for America. We love our country, and we don't want to see it go down. We believe in it.
And it means a lot to us because of the things that we see going on in our country, and we wondered if people had really forgot us.
For the thousands of miles traveled in just one day and all the fanfare, it may be home that makes the biggest impact on the veterans. USA! 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 If they didn't get the homecoming they deserved the first time, maybe this time they did. And a reminder that the so-called greatest generation isn't forgotten, even by the youngest generation. And the Rotary Club of Tuscaloosa sponsored the honor flight. They're already planning for a second trip in September. There's a link on our website to learn more about honor flight. Just go to WVUATV.com and click numbers and links. And by the way, a special thank you to the Rotary Club and the veterans for allowing us to come along on the honor flight. Lynn.